Ugh, something bad is happening. I'm feeling like I don't know what to do with my life. I'm 27. I quit my corporate job about a year ago. And I've been trying to be a creative since then. Which was completely new. I'd never thought that that's what I would do. It was maybe just too much pressure to put that verbiage on it so early. I feel like every single part of my life is starting over right now. I just moved and I don't have a job and I don't have community and I had to buy like a pillow for my house. You know, I don't own anything and I don't have anything and I have nothing settled and ready for me. Today I went around town handing out my resume to restaurants. I'd like to be a barista. So that's something I can tap into. There's a want. I want to be a barista. For real. Then I have this little panic like, well, you don't want to be a barista forever. So what's sort of the plan to get you out of that? You know, like the dream. What's the dream? What do you want to be doing? I don't quite know yet. I did an open mic and I bombed. And I've done them before and I don't always bomb. But this one bombed in this way. I'm like, I don't want to go back for a little while. Like, it feels like it's maybe not the best arena for the thing that I'm like finding funny these days. But it's hard for me to know what I'm not doing because I'm too scared to do it and what I'm not doing because I don't want to do it. Because I could make myself go to this open mic. There's a million every day in New York. I could make myself go to one today. Is that the best option? Force? Or can I say, okay, I don't want to. Like, I don't want to. I think the issue is I'm not always honest with myself about my wants. I've lost trust with myself about what I want to be doing. And I have big shame around not being bold. It is very important to me to be brave and bold and daring. And I really don't like when I can feel that there's something I want to do and I'm too afraid to do it. That is like, I'm like buzzing. But I don't want to do everything. I was at the club with my friend and there's like a DJ who's gonna come on stage. And I'm thinking to myself, like, should I try to get on stage with the DJ? You know, is that what I want to do? That's like a funny kind of mission to have. But I can't even tell if I want to do it or if I'm making myself do it because I can tell that I'm like afraid to do it and I don't quite know how to do it. So how much push? How much am I shoving myself forward? I try to get into this headspace that's more just like, this is my life. It's not like trying to become a creative, and that's when life starts. This is my life right now. And right now, being a barista is what sounds most appealing, and that can sustain me in my life right now. So great. And I can live many lives. This is my 27-year-old life. It doesn't have to be it forever. There's time crunch pressure for sure, feeling like doors are closing. This is like the moment that I have to try. But then creativity becomes a source of pressure, where the reason that I'm interested in doing this is because wouldn't it be so fun if sharing myself were lucrative? That's something I like to do. I enjoy sharing myself. So wouldn't that be awesome if that was part of my life? And you know what? It already is in me figuring out how best to share myself and how I like to share myself. I'm just nervous that I'm not doing enough. And that these things that I don't want to do, I'm like lying to myself about. I even felt it. I handed out resumes today, just walked the streets and went into places. And there's some restaurants that I just like, I didn't really want to go into. And then I was like making myself do it because I was like, oh, you just don't want to go in because you're scared. I don't know. I think I'm waiting for things that feel really aligned. And that certainly hasn't been my metric very often in life, is just like what feels the best. I don't quite know what fruit comes from that path. And I keep gripping tightly before I've really gotten to experience what happens if I just go down the path of least resistance. You know, even today, so before I go out to hand out my resumes, I'm thinking, well, there's no way that this becomes fruitful. Everything happens online now, so I should just do it online. But it's like, the path of least resistance is I walk my neighborhood with a handful of resumes and I give it to places. And wouldn't it be awesome if I found a job that way? That would be sick. And then if I don't, I will go about it a different way. But I don't know why I wouldn't just start with the easiest path and move down that for as long as it can carry me. I feel like my body is like finally crapping out on me and being like, you can't shove me around. You can't. Like, I'm not gonna just be shoved all over the place. It's important to me to have a life that I'm really happy with and proud of. I don't have to be anything other than content. And if being a barista and having community in New York, getting to live in this city, liking my house, my apartment, liking my friends, if that all feels fulfilling and I feel good and I'm not desiring to create outside of that, I really don't want to make myself. I want to be a happy girl. It's just life.